Hello students, in the previous classes we have seen about data frames and how to create a data frame and some of the functions based on data frames. So we'll continue with that. Today we'll see the descriptive statistics functions of data frames. So what is descriptive statistics? So these are used to describe, summarize large data in ways that are meaningful and useful. So that means from the large data you can extract the required data. It gives us general idea of trends in our data, including the mean, mode, median and range, variance, standard deviation, quartile, sum count, maximum, minimum. All these can be found out from the data. So descriptive statistics is useful because it allows us to take decision. For example, let's say we are having data on incomes of 1 million people. No one is going to want to read a million pieces of data. If they did, they won't be able to get any useful information from it. On the other hand, if we summarize it, it becomes useful. An average wage, median income. So such data can be calculated or summarized. So using descriptive statistics. So Python gives us some of the statistics functions. So how to get this? So there are few steps. First, collect the data. Either the data is from the file or from the user. Second step is create a data frame from the data what is available. Third one, get descriptive statistics or pandas data frame for data pandas data frame. So get the descriptive statistics as per requirement like mean, mode, maximum, sum, etc. from pandas object. Okay, we'll see that in detail. So under descriptive statistics, pandas data frame object comes up with the methods to calculate maximum, minimum, count, sum, mean, median, mode, quartile, standard deviation, variance, etc. So what is all these? Let us see one by one. First one is mean. So what is mean? Mean is an average of all the numbers or data. The steps required to calculate mean are sum up all the values of the target variable in the dataset, divide the sum by number of values. So this we know what is average. So add everything and divide by number of elements, that is called average or mean. So in Python we have a specific function called mean. So we'll see that example later. First let us see all the functions first. So next one is median. What is median? Median is the middle value of sorted list of numbers. The steps required to get the median from the list of numbers are: first sort the numbers from the smallest to highest. If the list has odd number of values, the value in the middle position is median. If the list has even number of values, the average of the two values in the middle will be the median. So that is what median. So what is median? First you have to arrange all the data in order, sorted order. Then if the number of elements are odd number, then the middle element will be considered as the median. In case it is even number, then there will be two elements at the center, right? So average of these two will be calculated to find out the median. So this is the mathematical way of calculating median. But we have a specific function for finding median also in Python. Next one is mode. What is mode? To find the mode or model value, it is best to put the numbers in order, then count how many of each number. A number that appears most often is the mode. For example, in this list, for example, 19, 8, 29, 35, 19, 28, 15 is. So if you arrange this in order, so 8, 15, 19, 19 twice, and 28, 29, 35. So among all these, 19 appears twice. All the rest appears only once. So 19 is the mode. So there may be more than two values sometimes repeated equal number of times. So having two modes is called as bimodal. Having more than two modes is multimodal. So this is just terms. So mode is nothing but so counting number of elements. So what is the most number of occurrences in the list, that is called as mode. So again, for finding mode also we have a specific function in Python. So in Python pandas we have a function called describe, which gives you all these together, all these statistical functions like I want to get a mean, I want to get a standard deviation, I want to get minimum, I want to get maximum. All these functions together we can get it in a single function called describe. So let us see how it works. So just see the example here. Import pandas as PD. This is the necessary statement to be written to import the features of pandas in our program. So in this case, we have created a dictionary with these keys. What are its keys? Brand, price, and year. Correct. So what are its values? So first values of list is given. That is Maruti, Ciaz, Ford, Tata, Indigo. All these are the brand names are put it in a list. This is the value of the brand. Then price is written. Then year is written in the list. So here we have created a dictionary called cars. So I want to create a data frame. How do we create a data frame from a dictionary? So df equal to pd dot data frame cars. So cars is a dictionary. So dictionary is passed to this data frame. And I want the heading also like column headings. So I can specify the column headings as brand, price, and year. So I can get brand, price, and year as a column headings. So this is how a data frame is created. This we saw in previous examples also. Now you see here stats equal to df price dot describe. That means based on the value of a column price, describe means it calculates the total number of values under price. It finds mean value of price. It calculates standard deviation of price, minimum value of price, and 25% of this, 50% of this, and 75% this. We call it as a quartile values. We are going to see that next. Then maximum value. All these functions together you can get it using a single function called describe. So here print stat is given to display that the described values. So remember, describe is a function used to get all these descriptive statistical functions together. Now we'll see the example. In a single example, we'll see all these descriptive functions what we studied. So here we have imported the features of pandas and numpy. Then we have created a dictionary with keys, name, age, and score. And we took the values as series. So pd.series and series of values are taken as values. So we can pass series also as values in dictionary. So we have a dictionary called D here. Now we are creating a data frame from the dictionary. Then we are displaying the dictionary data frame. So here we can see the output, how it is displayed. Okay, this is the data frame what is displayed from this. Now if I write df.count, So it will tell you the number of, it counts the number of each fields. For example, number of names, number of ages, number of scores, that is 555, correct? So it displays, it counts. Count function is used to count the number of values. Now count, next one, count age, df age dot count. If I am writing this, what happens is it counts the particular column, age column, how many times it is repeated. How many values are there under age? So you get 5. So next, sum of score. So here score dot sum is written. So what happens? The sum score columns total will be calculated and displayed. Clear? Similarly, minimum of a particular column, maximum of a particular column, mean of a particular column. Ages, here we are calculating mean of the age. So age column and its mean, that is average, is calculated. Similarly, age dot mode. So it calculates the mode value, and its median, it calculates the median value. So here all these functions you can find out easily with the function. So just you have to remember that what is the function for count, what is the function for sum, what is the function for minimum, maximum, mean, mode, and median. All these descriptive values can be calculated easily using Python pandas. I hope you are clear with this. Next, there is a term called quantile in statistics. You might have learned in economics also. Just we'll see what is this. So quantile statistics is a part of dataset. It is used to describe in a clear and understandable way. The 0, 30 quantile is basically saying that 30% of the observation in our data set is below the given line. On the other hand, it is also stating that there are 70% remaining above the line we get. So this can be represented using quantiles. So there are some terms, certain types of quantiles are used commonly enough to have specific names. Below is the list of these. So 2 quantile is called the medians. That is second quartile is called as a second quantile is called median. Third quantile is called tercile. Fourth quantile is called quartiles. So like this it goes. There are various terms. Mainly we need to know up to quartiles. Similarly, 100 quantiles are percentiles. You know that what is percentile, right? The word quantile comes from the word quantity, means a quantile is where a a sample is divided into equal sized or subgroups. So that's why it's sometimes called as fractile also. So that's why it can also refer to dividing probability distribution into areas of equal probability. The median is the kind of quantile. The median is placed in probability distribution at center, so that exactly half of the data is lower than the median and half of the data is above median. So median is at the center, right? The median cuts the distribution into two equal parts. So why sometimes it is called second quartile. So median is also called a second quantile. So quartiles are quantiles when they divide the distribution into four equal parts. To divide a distribution into four equal parts, then quartiles are quantiles. Deciles are quantiles, that is divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. Percentiles when we divide distribution into 100 equal parts. Clear? So this is about the theoretical part. Now how do you find out the quantile values if we have a distribution of values? So there is a specific function in Python called quantile. So we'll see how it works. So here we have imported the pandas features, imported numpy features. and s equal to pd dot series. We are getting a series of numbers. So r equal to s dot quantile. Then we are passing the values here. You see that 0.25, 0.5 and 0.75. So the quantile values of 0.25, quantile values of 0.5 and quantile values of 0.75, we can get it this way. If I display this, so 0.25 is 4.25, 0.50 is 7, 0.75 is 11.50. So this you will get it. How we get actually? So 0.5 means median. So these values are there in this, which is the median, that you can get it. For example, so how many values here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 divided by, divide the, divide total, that is center value. If you want to divide by 2, you do it, so you get a 5. So 1 2 3 4 5. So in this you just see that which are the values lies in the center, that is 6 and 7. So you need to find out the average of this, you get 7. Similarly, the first quantile, that is 0.25, again in the left part of this you have to find out the center element and find the average, you get a first quartile. Similarly, third quartile is the other part. Clear? So you know that to get quartiles, that is 0.25, 0.5 and 0.75, this we have to write it under the function name is quantile. To get quartile values, you need to use the function quantile only. Next, what is standard deviation? So this is also you might have learned in statistics or economics, but let us see here what is the standard deviation, what is the function used for it, right? Standard deviation means measure the amount of variation or dispersion of set of values. A low standard deviation means the values tend to be close to the mean in a set, and high standard deviation means the values are spread out over a wider range. Standard deviation is the most important concept as far as finance is concerned. Finance and banking is all about measuring the risk, and standard deviation measures risk. Standard deviation is used by all portfolio managers to measure and track risk. So what are the steps to calculate standard deviation? First, work out the mean, that is simple average of the numbers. Then for each number, subtract the mean and square the result. Then work out the mean of those squared differences. Then take square root of that, and we are done. So this is actually the normal method of finding standard deviation. There is a formula, you can use formula and calculate manually. But when we do it on system, so we have a separate function called std. So using that you can easily find out the standard deviation. So let us see, for example, you want to find out standard deviation of these values. So we will see the program. Here we have imported the features of pandas and numpy. Then we have created a dictionary where it contains name and marks, and then we have created a data frame by passing this dictionary. So a data frame is created. Now we want to the standard deviation value from this data. So I can just type data dot std. Std is the function name used for standard deviation. So standard deviation is calculated and stored in R. Then if I'm printing R, I will get the result here. Okay, so remember the function used to standard deviation is std. Clear? Similarly, there is another function, statistical function called variance. So variance function in Python pandas is used to calculate variance of given set of numbers, variance of data frame, variance of columns, and variance of rows. Let's see the example here how to calculate variance using Python pandas. So just like previous example, we have a data frame here created from the dictionary. Dictionary contains keys, name, age and score. So we are displaying the data frame here. Then to find out variance, data frame dot var, if I am writing, will directly get the data frame values. Similarly, if I am writing df.loc and specify the range, then but specify the column. So here first space range is given, just colon is written, then wrote comma. That means from beginning till the end of the column age, find the variance. So variance of age column is calculated here. Similarly, so you can also use another method, variance axis equal to 0, that is column variance. So here axis 0 refers column variance, axis 1 refers row variance. So remember here the function name used for variance is var. Clear? So actual method of calculating standard deviation, variance, median, mode, all this mathematical calculation, through mathematical calculation we can do it. But in Python pandas we have some functions using which we can do it easily. So the main purpose of the pandas here is to calculate descriptive statistical values, so like median, mode, standard deviation, variance, maximum, minimum, all these can be calculated. From the large data, we can extract the data and store it as a data frame. From the data frame, using these functions, we can get a required data. So that is how data analysis is done. So here we saw what is a mean, what is a median and mode. So mean is a average, median is the center value in the list, and mode is the maximum number of occurrence. So for this we have a function to calculate. So the function names are mean, mode and median. Similarly, you can also get minimum, maximum, sum, count, all these functions. Using that we can calculate the required data. So we have also have a describe function which gives all together. So then we have seen what is a quantile. So quantile is a statistic part of the data set. It is used to describe data in a clear understandable way. So here we use some terms, that is the second quartile is called median, third quartile is called tercile, fourth quartile is called quartiles. If you divide the whole data into four parts, then it is called as quartiles. So to calculate quantile values or quartile values, so we have a function called quantile. So quantile is the function used to get the quartile values. The first quartile value, if you want to get it, you have to pass 0.25. Second quartile is 0.5. Third quartile is 0.75. This is how you can get the quartile values. So then we have seen what is a standard deviation. So how to get the standard deviation using the function std. Similarly, we have seen what is variance and how to get the variance value using the function var. I hope you are clear with these concepts. If time permits, we'll see that how it works in programming examples. Thank you.